Audi has fitted a cool new button to its latest S3. So when I press the drive select mode button here, you can see when I toggle into dynamic, you get a new option appear, dynamic plus. If I press that, it automatically puts the stability control into sports mode, but that is not the best bit. You see, this new S3 is fitted with a torque splitter differential on the rear axle. And when you're in dynamic plus, the car sends as much power as it can to the rear axle and to the outer rear wheel to help drive the car through the corner. Now, this is really exciting, but is the rest of this new S3 just as exciting? Well, I'm going to reveal all in this video. I'm Matt Watson, and you're watching carwow. Let's start this video with the most important thing about the new Audi S3, and that is, of course, the engine. As before, it's a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo, but now it has 333 horsepower, which is an increase of 23 horsepower over the old car. You also have 420 newton meters of torque, which is an increase of 20 newton meters. You still have quattro all-wheel drive, and you still have a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox. So what is the result on the performance? Well, let's find out by launching this car. Audi says the new S3 should do 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds. I'm going to time it for myself using my specialist timing gear up here. And I'm also going to time it over the standing quarter mile. So let's do this. Go into drive select, dynamic plus, turn off the automatic parking brake, in sport mode for the gearbox, left foot on the brake, floor the throttle, launch control activated, release, brake. Warning noises. 0 to 60, 4.48. Woohoo! What's the quarter mile? 12.93. Now you might be wondering, wait a minute, Matt, you got the saloon. Is a saloon quicker or slower than the hatchback? Well, they both weigh the same, but do they deliver the same performance? Let's find out. According to Audi, the new S3 will do 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds. Let's find out. Specialist timing gear. Launch it. What we got? 4.65. What's the quarter mile? 13.14. I think it can go quicker. Now, I had it in the dynamic plus mode, which is designed for the racetrack. I'm actually going to go in just the normal dynamic mode and see if it goes better. Was it quicker? Ever so slightly. Keep going into the quarter mile. 13 seconds dead. A slight difference then. I suggest you go for a saloon. But should you go for this all-new model or just get a used version of the pre-facelifted car? How does that one's performance compare to these newer models? After all, it is 23 horsepower down on power. Let's find out. Come on, car. There's a 60. Quicker, 4.4 seconds. Are we going to do a quarter mile? Right, I'm running out of road. Oh, I was hoping to the quarter mile then. I think I was just a little bit shy. It's saying 13.15 seconds, but I reckon I was braking beforehand. Right, so the plot thickens. The previous generation car was quicker than both the saloon and hatchback version of the new model to 60 miles an hour. However, both the new versions were actually quicker than the old version over the standing quarter mile. But really, there's not all that much in it, is there? However, there is a big difference in their prices. You see, this new car starts from just under £47,500, so thankfully you can save an average of £3,170 off an Audi S3 through carwow if you buy it new. But if you look down here, you can buy a used Audi S3 through carwow from just over £28,000. Decisions. Now, if you're thinking about buying a car, you want to compare all the different prices, and of course you want to sell your current car, you can do all of that through carwow. It's the place to go to change your car, make sure you're getting a good deal on the car you're trying to sell, as well as the next one you're trying to buy. So make sure you do that. So Audi has made some tweaks to the exterior design of the S3, and I'll talk you through those and the changes over the standard A3. So the S3 gets a boot lip spoiler, you get the S3 badging, it gets a more aggressive, sportier rear bumper with the obligatory quad tailpipes. Now, compared to the previous generation of S3, the design of this diffuser is ever so slightly different, and this area is different. And I'm going to show you a little clip of the previous generation car now. And there's something on the old car I preferred than this car, and that's this. Look, I don't like the new Audi badge here at the back, but it gets worse at the front. We'll come to that in a moment. Also, the updated car gets slightly different graphics in the tail lights. Moving down the side, the S3 gets larger alloy wheels. They start from 19 inches and now they have a little Audi Sport logo in them as well. You have these side skirts on the S3 compared to the standard car, and black door mirrors. Moving to the front, so the S3 gets a more aggressive front bumper. We've got this blacked out grille, looks pretty angry. Now, a change compared to the old S3 once again is the badge design here. They've actually moved it up slightly, so you can see these elements here, like the rings go into this part of the body. But I really don't like the look of this new grille. It's awful, that design. It looks like it's been stuck on. It's horrendous. What have they done? I quite like the more aggressive like intakes here, but I'm not liking the fact they've also removed the S3 badge from the front as well. What's that all about? Let me know what you think of this in particular. Do you like that or not? Do you think they should just go back to the old design? Let me know in the comments. I'm not happy. Want to sell your car quickly, easily, and for a fair price? Then head to carwow to have over 4,000 trusted dealers ready to bid on it in an online auction. First, enter your car's registration to get an instant approximate valuation. Then, if you want to proceed, give us some more details and upload some photos, and we'll help you set a fair reserve price for your car. That's the minimum amount you'd be happy to sell it for. Once you've done that, we'll enter your car into an online auction. When the auction's over, we'll let you know the result, and the dealer with the winning bid will be in touch to arrange easy payment and free collection of your car. 93% of sellers surveyed said they got the price they expected or more through carwow. The best bit is, it's completely free! I put a link in the description of this video and the pinned comment to take you directly to carwow, where over 4,000 dealers are ready to bid on your car. Or you can just click on the pop-out banner that should be appearing in the top right-hand corner of the screen now. Alternatively, just Google "Help Me Carwow" and we will help you sell your car quickly, easily, and for a fair price. On with the video. Here on the inside, the S3 benefits from a Sport S steering wheel. Now, you can also get it with a flat bottom if you want. Also, this new S3 gets Alcantara here on the dash. The old one didn't. I like the Alcantara. It gives me somewhere to wipe my greasy hands after I've been applying sun cream. Sorry, Audi. Obviously, being the S model, you get the S Sport seats. Very nice. Love the quilting. Got fine Napa leather on them as well. And you get this as well, the S on the kick plates. Plus, a little red surround for the starter button. One thing that has changed for this latest version of the S3 and indeed the A3 is the gear selector there. It's like a lozenge which you move. In the past, it used to be like a little lever. I preferred the lever. Here in the back, there are very few changes to a normal Audi A3, which is a good thing. So knee room's decent, headroom is decent. You got good practicality. Look at the size of these door bins. Look at that, lovely. They're huge in the front as well. The only real upgrade is that you get the Napa leather seats with the quilting, which is very nice indeed. And that brings on to 5 cool things about this new Audi S3. The S3 gets up-rated sports brakes. So you get bigger brake discs. They're 357mm, which is 17mm bigger than the standard A3s. And you get 2 piston calipers. Let's see how they perform. Okay, I'm going to do a brake test from 60 miles an hour. So when I reach the braking point, full emergency stop, see what we do. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Needs to do it in at least, 35 metres, as I was going to say. And look, there we go, we've got 33 metres. That's some good braking right there. Happy with that. I do wish cars wouldn't do that and put the hazards on when you brake, but I get it, it's for safety. It's just annoying when you're filming. I don't know why I'm whispering, but I am. The S3 gets something called progressive steering. What it means is that the steering can go from lock to the other lock in just 2 turns. Watch this. 1, 2. Yet despite that, which obviously improves the agility of the car, when you just turn the wheel a bit, it's not overly flighty. So it's revving for some unknown reason. Why are you revving? What are you doing? Are you all right? Are you okay? Go away. No, it's revving. What's going on? Put it into drive. No, it's still not happy. What's going on? The aircon isn't on? What's happening? Okay, I don't know. We're having a meltdown. Let's just try this again. Let's have a look. That's better. So, as I was saying, it means that the steering is responsive, but not overly flighty. So the car is responsive, but not, I'm as bad as the car itself. I think there's something in the air, but you get the idea. The S3 also gets uprated suspension over the standard A3, so the car is lowered by 15mm, plus Audi has retuned the springs and the dampers to give the car a more sporty drive, yeah. More negative camber angle on the front wheels and stiffer bushings in the front wishbones help make the car more responsive compared to standard A3. Unlike with S models of the past, when you put this car's automatic gearbox into manual mode, it won't change up for you even when you hit the rev limiter. Look. See? You have to do it yourself. Oh yes! Audi is just like, it's changed. The S3 gets loads of standard kit, such as adaptive cruise control with lane keeping assist. There's a Sonos stereo, a heads-up display, and I like the fact that you can change the light signature of the front lights between 4 different choices. Look, there's design 1. Let's try design 2, there's 3, and there's 4. I think we're going to stick with 4. However, it's not all good. Here's 5 annoying things about the new Audi S3. The standard A3 saloon has a boot capacity of 425 litres, which is impressive. However, the S3 is fitted with that rear differential and a sports exhaust, and that does reduce the boot space. By how much? Well, we're going to find out now from our boot expert. So, what have you found out?
Well, I think it's alright in here, but I reckon it's precisely 100 litres less than a standard A3 saloon.
Oh dear. The wide back sports seats block the view forward for rear passengers worse than a normal seat would, and that could be problematic if they suffer from car sickness. While the S3 does come with a sports exhaust as standard, it's not the fruitiest sounding. Go on, give it some revs. It's okay, but as with every modern Audi, there's a really frustrating soft limiter. Darn it. Those huge Sonos rear speakers reflect really badly in the back window, which means that when you're looking through the rear view mirror, it's sometimes hard to see what's actually behind you. You can only get adaptive dampers on the very top specification of the Audi S3. They're not even available as an option on the lower models. It's annoying, why can't you just get them optionally? Because I would definitely fit them, but no, look, I can change the drive system, the steering and the engine sound, but not the adaptive dampers because this isn't the top spec Vorsprung. Anyway, how does that affect how this car drives? Let's see what these changes do to this car. So, first thing I notice is that it feels slightly firmer than the previous generation S3. Shame you can't get adaptive dampers on all versions as an option because, yeah, that might put a few people off, but I don't find it uncomfy really, it's just firm. The trade-off though is it feels sharper. Immediately when you turn this car into a corner, it just seems more responsive, and then there's another element to it which I love. So it just seems keener to rotate, and then when you accelerate as you're coming out the bend, you can feel the drive coming from the outer rear wheel. That clever rear differential really does do a job and just makes this car so much more fun. Right, here comes some bends now, look. You can just pitch it in, whee, and then floor it. Oh, and you can just feel the car's just more playful, more agile than any other S model I've ever driven. I really like what they've done with this. You know, I'm starting to think, like, what would be the point of having the RS3? Is there any? Even the engine sounds a bit fruity, like a 5-cylinder, even though it's a 4-cylinder. This is an improvement in terms of engagement. In the past, journalists always used to criticise Audi for making cars that are, you know, fast in a straight line, just like but ultimately a bit dull. They have changed, and they have changed for the better. This car's proof. Also, this engine just seems more on it. It really rips. The brakes are good as well. Oh, that's the bit right there. When you just hurl it into a bend, accelerate out of it, that drive comes from the rear, from the outer rear wheel, and it really does just feel nice. I would be up for having one of these. I know it's not a proper 4-wheel drive system, it's a Haldex, so it can only ever send 50% of the power to the rear, but that ability to switch it over the rear axle makes all the difference. And whatever they're doing with this new Dynamic Plus mode, it seems to work. Do you know what? I definitely think this car is more fun to drive than the Mercedes CLA 35 and the BMW M235i Gran Coupe. I'd have this, I would. Now, one last thing to say on this car really is, one of the great things about it being a 4-cylinder 2-litre over the 2.5 5-cylinder that you can get in the RS3 is the economy. The long-term economy on this is like 16 mpg. That's because I was drag racing it the other day, thrashing the ass out of it. However, I also did a little test where I just drove it for a few miles, put it in efficiency mode and cruised, and with an average speed of around like 47 miles per hour, it did just over 40 mpg. It's brilliant. Such a great all-rounder, this car. I really like it. So then, what's my final verdict on the new Audi S3? Should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you just go right ahead and buy it? So I was going to say, do you know what? You should go right ahead and buy this, because thanks to that new torque splitter rear differential, this new S3 is noticeably more fun to drive than its predecessor, and I prefer it overall compared to its Mercedes and BMW equivalents. However, I then went on carwow and noticed that through carwow, for similar money to this brand new S3, I could get a BMW M340i with its larger body and its 6-cylinder engine. You see, the price of that BMW is normally £60,000, but through carwow you can get one for £51,000, so it's pretty much the same money as this, and I would definitely have the BMW, and that's why I'm going to say you should actually shortlist this new Audi S3. Anyway, I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you did, give it a like. If you want to watch some other videos, then click on the windows, and if you want to make sure you're paying a fair price for the next car you're buying, and to see whether you could actually get a better model than you thought because you can get a discount on that car through carwow, then click on the carwow logo. Make sure you're not missing out. Thanks for watching.